welcome to Ask Us Anything, and we are just delighted that you're joining us tonight.
Yes, we are coming to you tonight from Loblolly Ridge. We should have a question giveaway and ask people if they know where Loblolly Ridge is.
They'd know.
Some would know, yeah.
Yeah,
the early adapters would know.
Yes.
But we are on our property in Tennessee, and we came in
yesterday.
Seems like it was just yesterday.
And actually, we were supposed to leave at 2:00 today, and I said 24 hours just isn't enough time.
Yeah, we're off to Nashville in the morning for a couple of days, and some stuff that we have to tend to there, and then we're heading. Where are we heading? We're heading
north
to Michigan for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then back to Florida.
Yep.
Okay, and then all around Florida.
Yep. And
maybe into Alabama and Mississippi. And then back to Florida, and then back here, and then
home.
Then that'll be April, May. So we're good. So it's been a crazy time, but we have really enjoyed it. We're on our brand new concrete pad here.
And I can't say enough good things about the concrete pad. I am sorry that I kept you from getting one for so long. I love it because it's raining today and there's no mud. Bo and us going in and out. If we want to put the mat down, we can. It's not like in the past we put the mat down, it was all muddy and everything, and it was just yucky. I mean, I love the concrete pad. And I feel secure because there's a lip on the back that you'll have a little bump before you go over the hill.
Yeah. Yep. What?
If you're backing up.
Yeah, if you're backing up, there's a little lip, a curve, like, I'm not going any further because I'll go.
If in case you decide you are, it'll slow you down a little bit.
Yeah. So it's been fun.
But the concrete pad.
Yeah, perfect. I see a bunch of you on there. Somebody wants to know more about land like Loblolly Ridge. This development that we're in is all sold out. And they had a sale. We ran into a bunch of the land people last night. We went into town.
We went to town.
And went to the Tennessee Songwriters Conference. If you are a member of our RV Lifestyle community, it's not on Facebook, but our new RV Lifestyle community, I wrote a whole post about last night and shared a bunch of pictures. We had probably one of the better times we've had in a long time, since even before you were sick. I think we had a great time.
And got to appreciate, before I was sick is like over 3 months ago.
Yeah. But I mean, it was great.
In other words, we're kind of easy to be entertained. No, it really was a nice evening.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, if you're on the post on the community, read the post and you'll see why we love our land out here. And it's such a community. And we were talking, we probably have more friends here than we do back in our Sticks and Bricks neighborhood and home, for certainly in our new one. We don't know anybody in our new community.
We don't know anybody.
We're never there. We moved in a year ago. We're never there. But
I can't wait to get back to our Sticks and Bricks house because our son and daughter-in-law have taken up pickleball. They took it up a couple days ago, and they're asking if they can mark off a pickleball court and get a net on our pad.
We have an RV pad back in Michigan for this as well. And they were playing pickleball on it yesterday, and now they want to. So we might have to put in another pad. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I think that would be great fun.
Yeah,
because we're going to leave the RV in Tennessee for a while.
Yeah, we're going to leave it here, and then.
So we're going to have a pickleball court at our house.
I think I have a pickleball set waiting for me that was shipped to us. So we're going to do Amazon review.
I can see the future. We got the outlets for a 30 and a 50. We'll have a pickleball court. We'll have to get some gravel down or something because we're not going to spend all that money.
We can tell them on a lakeside.
We can kind of make a resort out of this.
We could.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to you guys. This is Ask Us Anything, not Hear Us Babble. So Sharon Childress with a question or a comment.
It's a sunny day. We're getting jealous, Sharon, that you have sunny weather back in New Jersey.
We had it yesterday. It was 72 here yesterday.
Yesterday was absolutely beautiful, and I'm hoping it's good tomorrow morning because we got to drive.
Yeah. Ron Wojcicka.
And it's a hello from upstate New York.
Hey, Ron. Robin Ostermeyer.
Cold, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Stuart and Katie Hinson-Wollheim.
From Western North Carolina. I'm just realizing every time I read a state, I just feel love for that state in my heart. And I have good memories of things that we have experienced and seen in these different states. I feel like the whole country is my state.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
I really do.
Inka Schultz.
When you were driving the leisure RV, did you prefer them Did you prefer the Mercedes ride over the Ford? Just curious about the different chassis. Well, for me, the Mercedes is a Mercedes, but I love the Ford. The Ford, I found it easy to drive. It wasn't real techy for me. It was just an easier drive, but I could have figured out the Mercedes quickly.
I don't know.
A little more power in the Mercedes if you were in mountains.
Yeah, a little more torque if you're going to go up a hill. I don't, in terms of the ride, I think they were both,
They're both good.
I did not find any difference in the ride at all. I think the Mercedes cab is I know it's a little more luxurious. It's a Mercedes.
Yes.
But I don't think any difference in the ride at all.
And we had thought that with the Ford chassis that it would be easier to get service, and we found that
it's not
it wasn't.
true.
But we found with the Mercedes it wasn't easy to get service because a lot of Mercedes dealers didn't want an RV.
Yeah,
you had to go to a truck place.
Yeah, that's exactly with Ford too.
Yes.
When we got the Ford Transit chassis RV, we said, well, gosh, this is great.
This is going to be great.
Ford dealer on every corner we can get service. And that is not the case, because I would say the majority don't service transit RVs. They might service some of the transit vans, but they don't when they get turned into RVs. And you have to find only special dealers do that. Not nearly as many as you would hope. And with Mercedes, actually, we realized that most Mercedes did service the Sprinter engines. The only limitation was some of the smaller Mercedes dealers in different parts of the country didn't have lifts big enough to put an RV Mercedes up. So we had to look around and find stuff. So both of them presented their own challenges. And of course, Mercedes, because they're Mercedes, was always more costly. Not a lot, really. Surprisingly, the Transit just as much, Ford is just as much, but a little bit more for Mercedes.
Okay, so we're going off on a million things because we've had them both and we like them both, and I'm guilty of going in a million different directions. But your real question was the drive, the ride.
No difference that I could tell.
I mean, the acceleration.
I was pleasantly surprised with the acceleration in the Ford. I thought that it actually had a little better acceleration than the Mercedes did. The Mercedes, like I said, had more torque, more pulling power. My sense was, but the Ford, I had no problems with the Ford. I would get another one if that's what we were looking for. Again, they're both good.
And then
try them both out.
The diesel and regular gas is another thing.
Our friend James Macy, one of our supporters. Thank you, James, for being a supporter. First of all, how much we appreciate that. You can find out about that through our community, and you get special perks. Our top level supporters get invited to come camp with us, or to come kick us out and go and spend 3 days here anytime they want on our property. And that's how you can find. Just go to, that's the community address. Go there. Please join. We really can't stress how nice this community is, how helpful it is. We spend almost all of our time on it. We really do. And answering questions, you can chat with us. It's just so much fun. And read the post we did last night about Tennessee songwriters, and what fun that was. Bud Lindardi.
Well, we had that James saying how sunny it was in Texas. I would expect it to be sunny in Texas. So thanks. And hello from Prescott Valley, Arizona. Mike, did you get the truck set up to track the mileage for the trailer?
I haven't set it up, Bud. I just haven't had time. I wish I had more time, but I didn't set it up. I kept your instructions, and I will probably plug that in eventually, but I did not set it up. So not yet, but thank you for sending them to me. I will do so. Dirigo Turtle.
Hello from Ocala, Florida. I'm out on the road this week. Yay.
And Pam Famous.
And again.
I like it. Dirigo Turtle. Dirigo the Turtle. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Pam Famous. All these AKAs and handles. Road Trip Buddy. Well, we haven't seen much of him as we used to. We used to always want to know what we had for dinner, but not today.
Happy Sunday. So good to see both of you. It's good to hear from you.
It was a good grilled cheese sandwich, but we've been working all day today. So Melissa Lyle, another one of our supporters and a guide on our new community and a moderator on our Facebook group. Hi, Melissa.
It was 42 and sunny here in Midland, Michigan today. The Tri-City area, Midland, Bay City, and Saginaw.
Right here.
Our stomping grounds.
Paul Slavin.
How do you stomach the depreciation of a new Class B in the first year of ownership? Don't want used.
Paul, it hasn't been a problem. I mean, well, I guess we're trying to sell our I think we're not really pushing it very much. It's up for consignment up at Holland Motorhomes, our Class C, our leisure travel vans FX. And the depreciation isn't that bad anymore. I mean, everything you buy has a depreciation. If you're buying an RV for investment, it's a terrible investment. Let me just tell you that it's a terrible investment. Don't buy it for an investment. But you're buying it for the enjoyment of it. And if you focus in on the financial cost of it, you're not going to enjoy it as much. And that's it. If you don't want used, you're going to walk away with about 25% less after you drive it out of the parking lot.
It's the same as with a car, a vehicle. You buy it, it depreciates the minute you drive it off the lot. Same thing with your RVs. They are going to depreciate unless it was, when there was a real shortage of RVs, and that doesn't happen very often, but who knows, might happen again. Yeah, like big trucks, didn't depreciate, heavy duty trucks. It's just still high commanding top dollar. RVs, you could buy a new RV during the height of that COVID demand and sell it 2 years later for more than you paid for it. That's changed around a lot, and it's down a little bit. I don't think it's 25%, which is what they say a car is. So, and you don't want used, but the first one we bought was used, and you checked in and investigated and found out who owned the RV, and they were a responsible person. It was an engineer. He had taken good care of it, and actually, that's still to this day is one of our favorite RVs. It's the used one we bought. So I know why you don't want used, but you're going to pay a price for getting brand new. And what makes you think you get brand new? You're not going to have trouble. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Anyway, Paul, it's tough, but that's life. Yeah. Steve Egbert, another supporter. Look at that. Got home from boondocking 9 days. A variety of weather in Southern California. I bet you did have a variety. Yeah, I hope that's you got out. Life interesting. Hope you got out of there before the rains hit. That's quite the rainstorms that they're having out there this weekend, man. Yeah, a river of rain, they say, an atmospheric river. Randy Dexter. Did you see Renegade RV at the Tampa show? And if yes, what do you think? Well, if they were there among the 1,500 RVs at that show, no, we didn't see them. We saw a lot of other RVs, but we didn't see them. And the book they gave out, it wasn't easy to find things. Yeah, I didn't even look them up. It was just like I did not see them if they were there. It was hard just to find a gate. Yeah, it was hard to find a gate. A specific vehicle. Yeah, a little challenging. Yeah, so we did not see them. And Helen Newsom. Okay, Jen, do you use an air fryer in your RV? If so, maybe share some recipes. I was going to bring my air fryer, and I forgot to bring it. Well, yeah, we haven't. Perhaps these have been pretty much working trips, so we haven't really had a lot of time. We've eaten out way too much on this trip, but Tampa was a week in Tampa, and then we came up to our condo for a while, and then we're here and leaving it here, and we just haven't had any extended time. Been eating a lot of grilled cheese, peanut butter, and jelly, and that's about it. And I brought a couple meals, with us, and but we are big fans of the air dryer. Yes, air fryer. Air fryer. We made air dryer. We made a pizza with it. We've done chicken with it. It's just great for warming stuff up, and we're big fans of them. So, but Janet, people have asked me to have you share some of your recipes. You did them a couple years ago, and yes, right now she can show you how she makes peanut butter and jelly and grilled cheese sandwiches. But we'll make some more. S.A. Demers. Temp was 47 today in Illinois, waiting for our first camping trip. Yay. Yeah. 47. I'm from Michigan. That sounds pretty good. 47. Yeah. It's going to be a long drive, a long wait for you. This is always hard, right? When it hits February and, spring is coming. We could feel spring, particularly a couple nights ago. We stayed at a place in Alabama.
coming up, and spring was definitely in the air. That smell, and it's coming. So it's coming slowly north. James Massey.
The eclipse is coming in April. Lots of folks headed to see it. Any advice for RVers headed to see it?
No,
we were trying to organize a
we were going to organize a gathering, but we're not having much luck at all doing it. It's too late to organize
kind of
for the
striking
eclipse.
Out.
But it seems, James, that there's an eclipse every year. Is it me, or it seems like every year there's an eclipse, and everybody's they're going to see the eclipse like it's rare, and we've had 3 or 4 in the last few years. So I haven't really paid any attention to this one. I think this is a total one, as I understand. It's going to affect a lot of North America. I know we got invited to our friend up at Advanced RV. Mike and Marcia Neuendorfer are having one of their gatherings up there during the eclipse in Ohio, and somebody else invited us to one in Texas, James. But they just don't seem that common. We're in this cycle of them. I don't know. I haven't paid enough attention to it.
I think you've just been too busy to really think about eclipses.
Yeah.
Because we considered it for a gathering, and then we kind of fizzed out with it and started thinking. We're thinking gatherings is where our focus has been lately.
It'd be a great excuse for a nap. Hey, good, the sun's out. In fact, Les Chanteau just sent me a text a couple of minutes ago. Maybe it's just for people who are my age, but this is quoting Greg Laurie. Les says, he said, "Happy hour is a nap." The older you get, happy hour is now a nap. And that's pretty true, Les. And Big Jim Slade.
Question: what is your favorite part of the Destin area? And if you were looking for a condo property there, where would you suggest looking? Well, say where our kids like.
Well, I don't know if he's talking about restaurants or what, but
what is your favorite part? If you're looking for a condo.
Well, if you're looking for a condo, Destin's, you're going to pay close to $1 million for something with, on the Gulf. If you go right over the Gulf, right over the bridge in Destin, west to Okaloosa Island, which is where we are, you will find prices 20 to 30% less. And so you can get on the Gulf for much less. I particularly like where we are, which is Okaloosa Island, because we're right on the Gulf, literally right out our balcony. And it is the most spectacular beach in the country, I think, that stretch of the Emerald Coast, really from Pensacola and even a little further into Alabama, all the way through Panama City Beach. The Emerald Coast is what it's called. Best beaches in America, as far as I'm concerned. The only downside is it's a little cooler there in the winter, but we were just there for 2 weeks, and temperature was in the 70s most days. And that was awesome. Rain for a few of those days, but it was really nice.
But where our kids like, there's all the cute little trendy stores and restaurants and bike paths.
And 30A is kind of the little strip that comes off of Highway 98, and it's through places like Grayton Beach. There's some great state parks there. Seaside is there.
Very nice.
Upscale. Those are really upscale condos where $1 million is way back off the road. But if you go a little west of Destin, or if you go from Panama City Beach, maybe a little bit west as well, you'll do real well. And we just think it's a great area. Food's good, shopping's good, particularly this time of year. We ate last night. We were in Pensacola. We went with our friends, the Chanteaus, to a steakhouse there, and Pensacola is they've really fixed that town up. It's a great little town. So that whole area of the Emerald, I shouldn't talk about it because
people get mad at me.
They say, quit telling everybody to come to the Emerald Coast. But I know we were the first RVers to talk about it, and now like every RVer has gone to the Emerald Coast, and
Pensacola will pleasantly surprise you with their restaurants and how they have fixed up their area.
Yep. So it's all
and they've got a lot of RV parks there too.
Mm-hmm. Jason W.
What size truck is best for an RV with gross weight being 7,800 pounds? First time RV buyer. Thanks. We love you too. Thank you.
That's not that heavy, Jason. So, you could actually pull something 7,800 with most most quarter ton pickups, F-150, 1500 series from Chevy or Dodge. I would recommend that you get something a little bigger, maybe a 250 or a 2500 series, but that is not outrageously heavy for a trailer. So, take a look, but the gross weight of the trailer is that much. Don't forget, you got to put in your bodies, the people and the dogs and all the gear you take. But I always recommend that if you can get it, at least go to a 3/4 ton truck. You don't need a 1 ton for that, but 3/4 will give you more than enough. And that's what we have in the F-250. I keep looking for a 1 ton, but I got to convince the chief financial officer of our organization, Paulo Matero.
Have you ever been to Cape Cod?
Have. Got ticks on Cape Cod. Watched
And we
seal.
were just walking on the sidewalk,
Those
and they
very
were jumping
aggressive
off.
ticks there. They were jumping off. I mean,
Rose
a long
bushes.
way. We were in the middle of a sidewalk, and I got, what are they? Ticks. But yeah, we love Cape Cod. It's a little
Yes,
too
we do.
crowded, in the summer, as most beautiful places are. It is a beautiful area. Love lobster rolls,
But now we live in tick paradise.
We have the ticks have moved. They're all over the country,
There-
particularly in the
areas
north.
of Michigan where there are never ticks. There are ticks now. Our new house, there are ticks everywhere. And in Tennessee, they're telling us in springtime they're dropping out of the trees.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But we do like Cape Cod.
So have a tick.
on a-
You have those little things to get ticks out.
Frugal Tracy.
May.
Tracy is a supporter and a guide and a moderator. And anyway, just thought I'd
Okay,
point that
made
out. Thank
3
you.
pounds of meatballs today in my air fryer here at home. Well, Tracy, I need your recipe for doing that. I've not made meatballs in my air fryer, so I always make them the old-fashioned way. So
Round them up.
and in a fry pan,
Bread
but
crumbs.
maybe this would be healthier in the air fryer.
We like
I think it would
meatball
be.
sandwiches.
I love a meatball sandwich.
Jimmy Land.
Minneapolis RV show coming this weekend. Hoping to see some LTVs in person.
Yeah, I don't know what they have planned for there, but hope you enjoy the show. It should be fun. Jack Partain.
The next total eclipse is in 2044.
Well, I'll wait till then, Jack.
My
yeah.
God.
Okay, so I guess they were all partial eclipses up to then, but I don't know.
We should run off with advanced RV. We're probably too late. They probably don't have any spots for us now.
Well, we'll stay at Mike and Marcia's house. Oh, they would let us.
Oh, they would, because they're very kind people.
Yeah.
We'll
thanks,
have to live in the truck.
Huh?
We'll live in the truck.
Yeah.
We'll have to get our LTV back.
Yeah. Larry Whitesell.
Is there a dependable way to track the amount of fuel in your 30-pound LP tanks?
Yeah, I put a couple of things on my Amazon page on a couple of, I can't remember the name of it, but it's on our Amazon Live page, and I've shown there's these little things that attach to the bottom of your 30-pound tank, and you can check through an app, or you can check through Bluetooth. That'll transfer it to a little thing you can mount on the wall inside the RV, and it'll give you a pretty rough idea. Not terribly accurate, but close enough. I woke up this morning. We had to put the heat on last night. It got in the 40s, and I noticed that the heat was lower than I had set it for, and it turns out one of my 30, and I just had filled it up just before the Tampa show was drained, and so I'm on the auxiliary tank right now. But I can't remember the name of it, but it's it's on our Amazon influencers page, and it's on some of the. I showed it on the live. Melissa Lyle, if you're still watching, I know you ended up getting it, and you might mention the name of it if you can see it quickly. But you can see all the products that we use and talk about right there.
Is this going to be a problem that one tank is empty when we leave this here?
No,
Okay.
There's nothing that's going to be running at all, and we got
the solar.
Yeah, we got solar and we
lithium.
But we'll fill it up next time we're here.
Okay.
Bud Lenardi.
Have you thought any more about the meetup in Las Vegas?
It's just too far with what we have on our plates this year. We would be literally going around the country, and we've got to have some logic to it. So no, there won't be one.
Year.
I would love to do a meetup in Las Vegas.
Me too. I haven't been to Las Vegas in
years.
years.
We have to go. We're probably going out. We'll probably fly out in the next 3 weeks or so to look at this land development that's out there between Quartzsite and Phoenix. That we are followers of all this RV land that's for sale.
What do we do with our Bo?
I don't know what we're gonna do. Bo, he's looking.
You want to fly luggage?
Bo says, by the way, Bo loves this RV. See him over there? He wants to say, yeah. We turned the fireplace off for him tonight, but we'll probably have that on. But I would love to do one. It's just that we can only be in 3 places at the same time, and it's hard. Steve Wendley Sr.
How far in advance do you make reservations? I am a planner, so not making reservations in advance is not me, but it does seem to free us up to go anywhere we want, when we want. Well, we haven't been known for making reservations.
I don't know why. I don't like to make reservations, because then you are locked into them.
It puts pressure on you.
And you are not allowed to stop and go as you please. You're always trying to get there before dark.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, when we travel, there is not a time that we're on the road that we don't say, oh man, I wish we could go see that. We don't have time for it because we have reservations. So the only time I make reservations, Steve, is, for example, coming up from Florida to Tennessee. We knew we couldn't get away from Florida, and we would have, if we had driven straight through, which is about 459 miles, I think, 459. If we'd driven straight through, we would have arrived here after dark. And, I'm just not going to do that anymore. Arriving after dark is too frustrating. You never quite set up right. It's too easy to make mistakes. It's just a hassle. So I have a real hard and strong rule now: no more after dark arrivals. And so we stayed at a great spot in Coleman, Arizona.
Alabama.
Coleman, Alabama.
It's been a long day.
The Palomino RV Resort.
Very lovely.
Right off I-65.
Lovely park.
I shouldn't be talking about that because we'll want to stay there again, and now everybody's going to go there.
And I guess it's a German community, we were told, and they have fun festivals and everything there.
Yeah, that's what Susie Wilson told us.
Yeah. So check it out.
Yeah. But anyway, so I made reservations like the day before for that. And
I felt pressured by that.
Yeah.
That we had to get there.
Because we were just putzing around, and
we had to pick up our RV where it was being stored, and we had to get there, and we had good weather, thank goodness. So that wasn't bad, but it just was this pressure. We got to get there.
And then when we came down to Tampa, we did this last year. We knew Tampa was going to be a tremendous amount of work, and we timed it. We spent 3 nights on the road to go that 1,400 miles or whatever it was. And so I made reservations there. But when we are going, our favorite style is serendipity. We'll make reservations at 2:00 or we'll boondock. That's why we like the boondock, By the way, this is on our merch, our boondocking hoodie. But I don't like messing. I don't like it. I'm not a planner, because things come up, and maybe, because our job is to sort of, that we document everything we do. That's it. Hey, I want to jump back. I'm going to pull up thing. We had that question. There it is. You read my mind, Nils. Bud Lenardi, it's the Mopica tank sensors. That's what now I tell you, I have them. I didn't put them on ours. So I can't give you my firsthand thing. I bought them and I have not put them on yet. Ty Webb, Mopica sensors for propane tanks. He says, Ty Webb says they've been very accurate. And I have 2 of them sitting back in Michigan.
I wonder how that would work on our grill. We have a propane tank.
They would work
on
there
our
for grill. Yeah, they would work fine.
Yeah.
Because that's always you're cooking. Come on over for burgers. We're cooking on the grill and we're out of propane. Steve Egbert.
Is Bo scared by fireworks? Yes, he is. If so, what do you do to make him feel better?
Food.
What do we do to make Bo feel better? We don't give him tranquilizers.
We just don't. We don't give him tranquilizers, and we kind of ignore it. We act like, and he doesn't. Now, where he got scared the other day. This made us so
really
mad.
Made us upset.
Okay,
we were at the dog park.
Can I get on a soapbox? And you too. We're at the dog park in Fort Walton Beach, and I hope there's somebody from the Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce or the city that's there. And it's a really nice little dog park, and they have a beach there
and a park.
And part of the park is like right down the line, like 100 yards from us at the dog park. Not even 100 yards, maybe 100 yards, maybe a football field away, but close, is a little pier. And there's a boat launch. So we're there on, in the morning, running, the dogs are all playing. And all of a sudden we hear these gunshots going off. And we look, and there are some
2 guys,
great white hunters, as they were used to be called, the safari kind of guys.
all dressed
These
in
guys all
camouflage.
dressed in camo, expensive camo, coordinated colors, and their boats and their guns were camo. And they were sitting there shooting ducks,
Sitting ducks.
in the water right at the boat launch. Scared the heck out of Bo.
Oh, Bo was wrecked.
Terrified.
He was trembling everywhere. I
And-
thought he was going to turn inside out.
And all the people at the dog park were furious. But what really made us mad was watching them were 2 conservation guys,
In a
2
truck.
Florida guys sitting in their truck. They didn't even get out. I guess it's legal because nobody did anything to these bozo hunters. But come on. First of all, I was a duck hunter. You don't shoot sitting ducks unless you're just a despicable human being. That's just not fair. There's no sport in that.
And half
These ducks were tame.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, kids feed these ducks. They swim by, everybody sees them. These guys go out and they're blasting these ducks in the water, and they walk on the 2 feet of water offshore with their ducks. It was disgusting.
and they hit one, and it was just floating
Yeah,
around
it
out
took
there.
one guy about 6 shots to shoot this poor duck. And it was just anyway. So
Yeah,
fireworks. Yeah, he doesn't like them, but he really doesn't like shotguns.
he really
in a
doesn't
dog
like.
park.
Yeah,
Shotguns
shotguns.
going off in a dog park. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Sorry.
And if you're a hunter and you think that's okay, shame on you. Sarah Rober.
Does having a bigger kitchen in your RV produce better meals overall?
It
Yes.
should. It should.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, it does. We're never here. We don't cook a lot.
You don't cook a lot.
No, I
ever.
don't cook a lot,
ever.
Would
like,
you?
like pouring a bowl of cereal is a lot for you.
It's a challenge. I opened my mouth on that one, didn't I,
Yeah,
folks?
you stepped right in that one.
Okay, it's going to be a long night. Corinne Thomas.
Do you think you will be putting some time of structure, putting some time of
Structure on our property here in Tennessee?
some kind of structure on this property?
I
You would like to.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is put like a deck right off here. We've got a site here. We have a site over there. I'd like to have a deck that kind of combines them. And then I thought it would be really nice to put a little room in there, and you could put a washer and dryer because we have water hookup right there. And, maybe put the picnic table underneath a little shade over there.
And I have been thinking, we got that little deck. I don't even care if it's an above ground pool, but I'd like a pool right off the deck.
You had me going on that one.
I don't want an in-ground because I'm afraid every snake and everything will come fall in.
No, there's not going to be a pool, and there
swim in
probably won't be a
laps.
deck. But I would like to do that if I had the skill. One of my neighbors, Jim, over behind us, he's made a beautiful deck. Oh my gosh, it's awesome! But he has the skill. And Captain's Table MDR.
Do you know, are there any free factory tours of RV manufacturers that the public can tour?
Pretty much all of them will work you in for a tour, just to call them and their main switchboard, and they'll tell you. More Ride, which is an auto supplier, they do tours. I don't know if Lippert does because they have so many different factories in different parts of the town, but almost all of them do tours. We have done a rally at the Hall of Fame Museum in Elkhart a few years ago. I'd love to go do another rally there, actually. And we had tours of Keystone. Keystone RV took everybody in and did some tours. So almost all manufacturers do.
Yeah,
call. Some of them have certain days,
We were thinking about that, Shipshawana.
doing a rally there. But again, it's just too much work setting them up. Trish Shark Tube.
Did you make many
Shark Tube.
Did you make many reservations in your main trip? Any
No.
major advice ongoing?
No, and
That's your
same with the Adirondacks. We didn't really, but we have a book on Maine, so pick up our Maine book.
If I can say, we usually don't go prime season. We go early or we go late.
Yeah, we try.
But I mean, like in Michigan, you can't get into most campgrounds.
And it's the same. Now, Maine, they have a lot of awesome places. Not as many developed campgrounds as most other states, at least by the along the coast. So for the good ones, you probably need to get way out there several months in advance. But give it a try. This is our book on coastal Maine. We just published that not long ago, just a couple months ago. And we also have a book on the Adirondacks, which is just fabulous camping there. And we visited the Adirondacks, I think, in early June. And we never had any problems finding places to stay or get in. We stayed in state parks, commercial parks, a KOA. And that was it was all of our books you can find, by the way, right there. We have 20 travel books, and they show you a suggested route, where to stay, all that stuff.
And usually when you travel in spring, there are bugs.
Yeah, in the Adirondacks, we had flies. I don't think we had any problem we didn't have any problem in Maine with bugs that I can recall. You know, you kind of bugs are everywhere, but
Yeah.
But both beautiful areas to go to. Ken Howard.
Tire pressure for Class C. Manufacturers placed on the tire.
Placard or sidewall. I would go with the manufacturer's placard. They'll tell you, because that's all based on how much weight is in that Class C. The tire sidewall is basically is going to tell you, you know, just on a normal tire on a truck, not with the load that the manufacturer has. So go with what the manufacturer placard says. It's usually inside the door on the driver's side.
Yep.
And I would
That's
always
who
follow
you trust.
that. That's who you trust. Paul Slavin.
What would you tell your younger self about camping, RV now that you we have so much wisdom?
Don't we wish?
Slow down.
Slow down.
But we're still not slowing down.
Well, we're doing really well this year. We're doing the 3:30 rule as much as we can. Pretty much. I would say don't stress out on every little detail. Well, you know, it can be stressful, and I guess I better just keep my mouth shut. But you know, I just say do it. Go do it. You know.
Make more meals.
Ahead of time.
As much as possible, take food. You know, if you can take the food, that's great.
And you know, because this is also our job, it's a little different for us. But I think one of the bigger problems with RVers is so many people, particularly full timers, when they first start, they think that they're on vacation every day, and so they live, you know, every day, and they drink, you know, way too much soda pop and root beer and alcoholic beverages and cocktails every night, and then those go to a couple glasses of wine to a bottle of wine, and you know, that's just it's not a healthy lifestyle. So I would tell everybody.
I remember when I was younger, and a woman who retired was saying that the danger of retirement is thinking you're on vacation all the time. And they had cottage, and you go up with all your friends at the cottage. And I think that's always a danger whenever you're in the vacation mindset. Food, alcohol, perhaps not exercising enough. But I think today people are more aware of the need for eating properly and exercise.
I think one of the things that I say the RV lifestyle has been part of our life, our whole married life. We raised all three of our kids camping. You know, we've shared before how many different RVs we had, from pop-ups to tents to small travel trailers. And we took our kids camping, you know, when they were little and you could still control them. As soon as they become teenagers, they're gone, you know. But we grew up camping, and we grew up with that family time and campfires. And, you know, there's just a wonderful, short, sweet season that sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you know, those of you who have younger kids, you know, you're in the thick of it, and it's like, will this ever end? And yeah, it will end. And it's a sad day when it does end. And
then it can be happy again, because
you can rediscover it with your grandkids
and grandkids. So
but
everything is a chapter in life.
But enjoy it and travel. Travel as much as you can. Share it with your kids growing up, and you know, you don't know what tomorrow brings. You know, all of us, none of us know. Jimmy Land, Winnebago has a nice tour in Iowa.
I bet it is a good tour.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where their headquarters. Rebecca Green.
My son-in-law works at an RV camper manufacturer. He says people do come tour the place.
Yep.
He's at sometimes.
Like I say, almost all of them have tours. So you just need to call and ask. Sometimes it's on demand whenever you show up, but usually they like you to come at a certain time. So
that somebody's there who can guide you through.
Michelle Dickey.
Love the idea of Shipshawana Rally and dust. Yeah, das
Das Dutchman.
Essenhaus.
Oh my gosh, talk about 5 pounds after
Oh
dinner
yeah,
there. Yeah.
their pies are so good.
Oh, heater just came on.
Yeah.
What is the temperature out there? Oh, it's 49 degrees out there.
Well,
Look at that.
hmm.
Robin Ostmeyer.
How close to the tire pressure (PSI) do you keep tires at while traveling? As we travel with PSI goes up with the heat.
Yep, usually goes up 5-6 pounds as you drive them, and always set them for the cold weight. When you see the suggested guide, that's what you should keep your tires at, and know that that's the cold weight, and you know it's going to be 5 or 6 degrees when it gets when you're up driving the road, maybe even a little bit more when it's really, really hot out. So keep them to the tire pressure that they recommend, which is cold, before you take off in the day, and check them from time to time. And also, speaking of tires, don't forget to torque your tires. If you don't have it, you need to get a torque wrench. And especially if you have a new one, they suggest you check the torque on it, 50 miles after your first trip, and then 100 and 200. Every manufacturer might vary on the mileage a little bit, but torque those tires because you want to keep those lug nuts on strong. Bud Lenardi.
Busier now being retired than I was during 52 years of fire service, but love it.
Yeah, when you can do the kind of things that you want to do, it is a whole great life.
And it's fun doing things together.
Yes.
If you can share doing things together. And actually, before you retired, we did a lot of work
We
together.
traveled all over
We
the
did a lot
world,
of freelance work.
Yeah. Hey, can I do a pitch about subscribing to our YouTube channel and our community? The YouTube channel is which many of you are watching. Some of you are watching on Facebook. Some of you are already in the community and watching us because we live stream in there as well. But if you're on YouTube, please, right there, subscribe. We're trying to do a whole bunch more videos for you, and we have a big plan of lots of content. And the more you subscribe, the more YouTube notices it and will then show our content to other people. Then the other thing, as I would like you to do, is if you have not done so, please subscribe to our RV lifestyle community. This is our current passion right now for what we're doing in terms of our content. We have become very dissatisfied with Facebook and the nastiness and the negativity that is so common with Facebook. We have a great Facebook group of almost 310,000 people on it. But in all of that confusion, Facebook has so many weird policies. They only show a post to a certain percentage, and the posts disappear and you can never find them again. They censor stuff. They have an algorithm that tricks words. If you say you have an ugly awning, they ban that post because it's hate speech, the word ugly, and it's just crazy. But it's mostly the negativity from the trolls that come in. So we started this group off Facebook, and it's just so different. It's strictly organized around RV, all sorts of different stuff. You can chat. We live stream there. I just wrote a big long post just for that community. So please subscribe to that. Okay, and then to my pitches. No more pitches.
Okay, I saw a post about agreeing with me on taking food. I don't know where that does. No, just agreeing that taking food.
There you go. Sarah Robert.
I agree about taking your food, and I am learning to take just the amount you need. Often you don't need a whole box of something. Same with bathroom stuff. You don't need the big bottles of shampoo. Yeah, you got to put things in little containers.
Yep.
You've got a little space. You learn how to tighten it up. When you got a lot of room, you take more. We got to pack up.
We got to pack up.
We got to leave tomorrow.
Bright and early.
Hopefully 7:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And I'm not a morning person. I get up at 8.
All right. S.A. Demers.
In your ebooks through Florida, what RV were you traveling with?
I think we had a bunch.
We had the Wonder and
we had the Wonder, we had the Unity, we had the Arcadia fifth wheel. So we had Class C's and fifth wheels. So we have 3 different books on Florida, 3 different travel guides about Florida.
Because Florida is where a lot of folks go.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to see and do in Florida.
We did the Gulf Coast, the Atlantic Coast, and the Keys. So and
I'm so glad we got down to the Keys.
Yeah. Jimmy Land.
I refuse to be on Facebook. Your community page is great. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Invite some friends. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's just do a couple more, and we are going to get out of here.
It's getting quick.
I saw a
Tom.
lot of you. I just looked, and I don't want to jump into that, but a lot of you mad at those hunters that we talked about. These hunters.
It was just
sportsmen
crazy.
shooting sitting ducks.
I mean,
that are that are tame.
The ducks are just a few feet from the shoreline, and they're blasting their guns, you know, and you're just like, what's wrong with you people?
People are walking their kids through the park. I mean, we're not talking about
I mean,
way off in the distance. It was right in the middle of it.
And poor Bo, he was just trembling everywhere. I've never seen him so afraid in my life. The noise.
Yeah. All right.
He's got good ears.
So fun stuff on the podcast coming up on Monday or Wednesday. Coming up in the podcast on Wednesday, we're going to do a tour of one of the most unique RVs I've ever seen. Combine a tiny home and an RV, and you'll see this. It's a tour. It's a video tour, but also we did it for the podcast, and you'll hear that. That's on coming up on.
And I can see
Wednesday.
this as a future, a direction for the future.
Yeah, it's very interesting RV, and we urge you to come by to that. I don't know what else I've got to say except wish us luck. We're heading to Nashville tomorrow for a couple of days, and then up to
we're
Michigan.
heading north.
Got to go where it's really cold, and we
See
kind
our
of hate
pickleball court.
We kind of hate to leave this beautiful area that we're in now, but
maybe we can make a pickleball court here.
We could.
I tell you, if the ball goes off in the bushes, I'm not going after it.
Okay, we'll deal with that one when the time comes. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy trails.